Hello guys, this is your friend the Great Lobbyist, and today we are going to talk about the new Mi earbuds, the two Mi True Wireless Stereo earbuds. And these are available in retail in UAE at less than $30, and they look pretty amazing. I just got this box from them, and I'm gonna test it out and open the box for you. Let's straight on get to what's in the box. Well, the box is pretty standard and it looks neat, and here we go. Before we get on to what's inside the box, let's look at what the box has to say for us. It has some basic information about some of the key features of the buds, which is smart touch. Smart touch. It's got, of course, a charging case, the pod, and it's Bluetooth 5.0 and independent wireless design. We're going to try to talk about each one of these things in a little bit more detail. It's got some tech specs on the back and the same information in the front and the image of the product. That's pretty much on the box. Inside, we of course have the pod. Let's get this out right away. Here we go. And then, of course, we have the charging cable, unfortunately still micro USB, which means a little bit longer to charge. And, as compared to the USB-C C type, which has become more of an industry standard. But I guess you can't expect more for when you're paying $30 for it. Then we have here are some extra buds for different type of ears, different sizes of ears. Here we go. We'll just keep them here. We've got the manuals, and that's pretty much it. Let's get straight onto the box. Pretty neat, pretty small, very elegant, easy to carry. We've got some basic information at the back about the product and about the kind of battery it carries and the pods themselves. There we go. As you can see, the moment you take them out, the blue light starts to blink once, which means it's straight away going into the pairing mode. And here we go again. It quickly establishes the connection with the device it's paired with, or it gives you an option on your phone or on the device to pair it with them. Pretty neat looking, and we're going to go more into the details of what's in it. As you put it back, they straight away go into the charging mode. As you can see, these red lights straight away popping up. This particular area is where all the touch sensors are, and this is where you can program them, I'm assuming, to enable various functions of what the taps and the clicks on the touch sensors can do. Design looks pretty ergonomic, pretty small, pretty hidden, and fits the size of what you would call an in-ear. And as you snap it back, it just quickly snaps back into the place, and the red light goes on, which means it straight away goes into the charging mode. And click, magnetic. The box is standard plastic, white in color, which means the chances of it getting dirty are very, very high. As you can see, it's already a bit blacked out because I've taken them out before and trying to test them out. These are the Mi phones. We're going to go back onto the box and see what kind of information do we have on the back of the box in terms of technical specs. We'll start with the buds themselves. They come with a 10-meter wireless range in an obstacle-free environment, which means, of course, you can't go talk through the walls. If your device is in one room, you can't go in the other room and talk. But 10 meters for a large room is pretty nice. It's got a playback time of about 4 hours and the charging time of 1.5 hours, which is pretty nice. For 1.5 charge, you can get 4 hours of 5 hours of playback time, which is pretty awesome. It says it's got a standby time of approximately 150 hours, which makes it close to about 6.5 days. It's got 100 megaamps input, and the battery capacity on each pod is 43 mAh. Lithium polymer battery, Bluetooth 5.0, and the latest Bluetooth profiles are supported. Uh, when it comes to the charging case itself, it's got a 300 mAh battery, which means it can charge the pods about twice over once they are run out of zero. That I still have to test and confirm once I use it for a few days. Uh, it's a 5 volt, 150 megaamps output. Uh, in terms of how it gives out to each one of the charging pods. The pod itself takes about 2.5 hours to charge, which means in 2.5 hours you can charge the pod, and if the earbuds are inside, you can charge them together in 2.5 hours time. It claims the pod has a standby time of 6 months for a 300 mAh battery, and with standard loss, which any battery would face if kept idle. I don't think it's going to go 6 months, but of course, me is from Xiaomi, so Xiaomi does make some quality products, and I'm sure their claims must be at least closer to what they mention. 300 mAh battery, as I said, it's pretty decent for the size it has. It's the one of the interesting parts is it's true wireless, which means each one of them can be used independently, and also in the stereo mode. Now, after here pretty much all it is there on the box, and we're gonna come back after testing them and let you know what happens. Hey guys, so I went and tested these out for about a week, and I absolutely love them for a $30 product. Um, it it does take about 2.5 hours to charge the pod itself, 2.5 3 hours to charge the pod with the earbuds inside. Earbuds, I've used them for watching a few episodes of Netflix on my mobile, and they do last over 4 hours when fully charged. USB, because it's got a micro USB port to charge it, it does take a little slow and drag charging, which I think is already fixed in the next version of these pods, which are the earbuds. The sound quality is pretty decent, not really loud. So the ambient voice cancelling really isn't very effective. You have to be if you're not in an absolutely silent environment. You it it but it, if the place you're watching it in is even slightly noisy, the chances of you hearing it more than what you hear what's coming on the earbuds is higher. Um, Otherwise, from the price perspective, for $30, and for the ergonomics of it, 4.5 hour battery, and it is a pretty decent product, very nicely made, fits very comfortably in the ear when I was using them, and then the touch sensors work perfectly fine. I think one of the weaknesses it doesn't have a dedicated app to program them. There's a third party app, which I'll share a screenshot of after the video, towards the end of the video, which gives you very basic options to program, which means you're quite limited with the default options. And the app in itself is very annoying. It keeps popping messages, of the battery life every few seconds, and there is no way I can disable them. And I think apart from that downside, pretty decent quality. When it comes to answering the calls, there was the person on the other side does receive a lot of static when you're talking on these phones. The sound receiver is not to the standard that you would expect AirPods to be. But again, as I said, there are these are some of the issues which I'm sure me has fixed in the next version, the new version which they will come out with, or they've come out with, or a different or the high end model of it, which is I think about $45 to $50. We're going to talk about that product in next few days in the next video. But right now, here we are, True Wireless Stereo headphones, earbuds, whatever you want to call them, and they are pretty decent, and I was pretty happy to use them. I don't really use them for answering the calls because the sound quality on the other side of the receiver is not that great, and it doesn't have active noise cancelling in these ones. But apart from that, for listening to music, watching a video on your phone or from any device, they're pretty decent quality, and I think they should do the job. So this is your friend, the Great Lobbyist, signing off, and I'll see you soon with a new video very, very, very quickly, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.